Welcome back, everybody. Okay, I know it's been a while since I posted anything, but I got a new airplane, so I thought I'd shoot a quick video on this guy and just kind of get back into doing some videos. Life is still busy, but I'm going to try to get back to it. So, I picked up this guy, and the way I end up picking up airplanes is I base all my decisions on what I want to learn next. So before this guy, I had a little profile that ran on 2S batteries, and basically what I wanted to learn is to fly anytime, anywhere, no matter what. So it was really robust. If it touched the ground, you'd walk out, pick it up, keep flying. And I tell everybody I've learned more about flying on the sticks off of that little profile than I have anything else. And the reason is because I never worried about it. It was inexpensive, it was really durable, so I could go crazy with it, and even if it did touch the ground, I'd walk out, pick it up, put it back in the air. So that was great, but it kind of went to the limits. So I wasn't learning anything new with it. It taught me a lot, but I wasn't learning anything new. So I got this guy as kind of a step up. It's got a little bit more weight, so I can throw it around a little bit more. But I want this to be the same thing. I want to be able to fly this without worrying about it. It's not overly expensive, but it should do a lot more stuff cleaner. So I picked this guy up, and I've got a handful of flights on it now, and I'm really liking it so far. It does make me a little bit more anxious flying it, because I do like to keep my stuff nice, but I'm really trying to get over that. So I was able to fly it in some windy conditions and not worry about it too much, because ultimately I know I'm a pretty good pilot, but I really like to keep my stuff nice. So let me tell you a few things that I did to this plane to make it work for me. And they're really not a huge deal, but just a few little things. So one of the things I did was the main gear on this, the wheels are really sloppy on it. So I went in and put some washers around the wheels to keep them from slopping so much and being so noisy taking off. The other thing, which is really the only big thing I did, is I changed out the prop. And the reason for that was I don't have anything that flies on 4S batteries. And this will fly on 4S or 3S batteries. But really, Horizon E-flite really wants it to fly on 4S batteries. It comes with a 13.6 prop. It flies really well. There's a lot of videos out there that you can watch. But I don't have anything that flies on 4S. So I really wanted it to fly on 3S. So I didn't have to buy extra batteries. I didn't have to have batteries sitting around that were just going to go bad because I'm not using them. So in doing some research, reading some forums, I knew the basics of if I wanted to go down in battery size to a 3S instead of a 4S, I could take the prop to a bigger diameter and more pitch and get about the same speed. So ultimately the motor's turning slower, but with more pitch you get the same speed out of it. And with a lower cell battery and spinning slower, you typically get more torque, so you can go to a larger diameter. So that's what I did. I switched out the prop from a 13.6 to a 14.7, and that works pretty well. Everybody on the forum says that has flown both props say that a 13.6 on 4S flies exactly the same as a 14. Wait, let me make sure I said that right. A 13.6 on 4S flies the same as a 14.7 on 3S. And I've found that it has plenty of power to do everything that I know how to do, and probably everything that I want to learn how to do. So these are the batteries that I'm flying on. They're 3S 3300s, and it's kind of the top end of the weight for this guy, but it gives me a longer flight time. So I get a solid 5 minutes out of it right now. I think I'll be able to take the timer up a little bit more as I get more used to the airplane. But I take these batteries, and when I mount them all the way back against, as far back as I can. So I put the back of the battery all the way up against this bulkhead here, and that flies pretty well for me. It's pretty much hands off, inverted, which is where I kind of want to be, in that balance between nose heavy and aft heavy. I really want to be what I call neutrally balanced, to where when you're hands off inverted, it's just holding itself. And that's been good so far. I don't think I'll be moving that anymore or changing it. Seems to start to hover. It's been kind of some windy days lately, so I was able to fly it and kind of get it to hover, but the wind still takes it pretty well, even though it's got the AS3X in it. It also has safe in it, but I have the safe turned off. But if it's something that you're looking for, something you can just throw in the car, throw around, charge up a couple of batteries, this thing's been really pretty good. So if you're thinking about it, consider this guy. Other than that, happy flying.